We always start by looking back. Last couple of games, 10-0, 2-0, 3 points, clean sheets, and when you add that to the 3 games prior to that, you must be happy with the results so far in the league.
Yeah, it's one way you look back, and before the season, if you'd hoped for a start like this, you'd say, yeah, you'd take that all day long. You know, it's clean sheets, it's lots of goals, it's competent performances, fitness levels look really good. You know, I think that stems from a pre-season that we've had to have a little bit of a change and probably have a little bit longer than we usually would as well. So yeah, it's a combination of many factors, but I think it's a really good start to the season. So what we can't do now is just think that that's done and it's okay to, no, it'll be okay, we'll just get another 3 points. Certainly won't happen like that this weekend, and obviously next week is a big week for us. So we've got to take everything we've done into these next couple of games, certainly.
And while you're happy with the results, based on the post-match interviews that we've done each week, you've certainly been happy with the performances as well. How do you balance that with the desire to continually squeeze a little bit more out of the players?
Yeah, it's about standards and benchmarks and stuff. And if you look at the very first competitive game of this season, when we played Zelina, the lads were focused. You could just see that everything we planned and prepared from minute one, they were into like the zone, and they knew exactly what to expect. And if you just have that sort of attitude towards the start of games, and then going out in the second half, even if it's 0-0, you know, it doesn't concern me about being 0-0, because like I keep saying, that because we're a full-time team and we train, you know, 4 days at least a week, that we should be fitter and stronger than the rest of them. Once we start taking our foot off the gas, and once we start believing that it's okay, we just turn up, that's when we get, you know, caught short. So I think if you look back at benchmarks and things like that and give them targets and say, look, if you're under this line where you've already done this so well, then you'll step out the side and I'll put somebody else in. Because it's a very good squad. Even with a few injuries, it's still a very, very good squad at the moment.
And our opponent tomorrow, Penybont FC, they first 4 games didn't get a win, 2 draws, 2 defeats. But since then they've gone on to put 3 wins together, one after the other. So they'll certainly be going into this fixture full of confidence and believing that they can get something out of the game.
Yeah, and they're a team full of belief, and younger players, good attitudes, fitness levels are excellent. You know, they press the ball. You see Rhys Griffiths coming off the bench the other night, scoring 2. 70 minutes on, I think he scored, and you know, he's still got it. You never lose that as a forward. Very well set up. Got some good players. I've warned the players already about who can hurt us, and they're fully aware of their strengths. They're a good side. They troubled us last year and pushed us all the way for the points, for 4 points. So yeah, it's not an easy place to go, and they'll be well up for the game. You know, it's with TNS coming to them, they'll have no fear. They'll have taken a bit of positive out of last season's both games, and they'll say, you know, that's what you can do. Go and do it again. So we've shown them how good they can be, Penybont, which they can. It's all down to us. If we take our last few performances, last few results into the game and focus on that game, then I can ask no more.
And you've just come off the Parkall pitch for the final training session before we leave for South Wales. Has what you've seen today affected the team selection for tomorrow, or was that already done and dusted? Bearing in mind, of course, that there will be 3 games in 6 days.
Yeah, quick turnaround. Obviously after the weekend there'll be game Tuesday and then Friday away at Aber as well. So yeah, there's lots of games coming up, lots of opportunities. We have to manage certain players. So if that's your question, then we have to take care of certain players and make sure that if they are struggling, then somebody else will come in. We have to have one eye on Tuesday as well. So yeah, today was a final sort of preparation, set plays at the end, which we always do towards the end of the week anyway, and just some football. It's just some football for the boys. That, you know, a lot of the time we do work on a lot of the tactical stuff. Today is just get out there, go and play, and go and enjoy yourself.
And how beneficial will it be to the team in terms of preparation with staying over this evening in Cardiff?
Yeah, it's important. It gives you the right preparation, the right sleep. You know, a lot of the boys have got children. And you know, I for one have a child that likes to come in the middle of the night, and that's not allowed to happen when you're on a trip away. You know, you've got your own room, or if you're sharing, you hopefully you've got a rooming partner that's decent, doesn't snore and keep you up all night. But yeah, it's right preparation. It's the food, eating together, preparing together, getting up tomorrow morning, having your breakfast, having your pre-match, and all you're focusing on is that game on Saturday afternoon. It's important.
Well, I'm certainly a snorer, and I do keep Sam awake most trips that we go on. Availability, Scott, players coming back from injury.
Yeah, we've got Blaine Hudson back, which is very good. Always to have Blaine back in the fold and ready for selection, so he's back into the squad, and we've hopefully got maybe another for next week as well. So yeah, we've got lots of options, lots of headaches for me to think about for these next few games in 6 days, like you say.
And finally, very light-hearted, you've already referred to it, we saw a 40-year-old Rhys Griffiths come off the bench, score a couple of goals. Are we likely to see a 42-year-old Scott Ruscoe at any point in the near future?
I'd love to say yes, but I went out for a 8.5k run on Wednesday. Still feeling the effects now. I'd love to. I see the boys training there, and I think sometimes, you know, would you like to put the training kit on and have a go? We've already got one staff member that we have to get the reins on, you know, because if we didn't, he'd be training every day and he'd be pecking my head to be in the squad. You know, he's already said today his performance there deserves at least a squad place for Saturday, but no chance.
Well, I know you talking about, because I was looking out on the balcony and he did score a goal.
Yeah, he did. He's missed a sitter though. The balls came in, and it's a chance he should be scoring, and he's missed it. So that's unfortunate for him, and that's why he's not in at the weekend.